Very good morning, students. Yesterday we have completed third sum of the exercise 1 section F, and again one more sum, that is fifth sum. Now what we are going to do is we are going to complete this chapter today. 3 sums are left, and yesterday 2 sums were homework. But the thing is that no one is interested in sending the homeworks. I would like to say that today is the last day, and today we are going to complete the whole chapter. Now students who are not 90% students not doing this work, so we will think about the next chapter, because if there is no response, then there is no response from us also. So it is advisable that students, you send the notes properly and within the time. Okay, so going to complete this chapter today, starting from section F, 6th sum, which we have on page number 55. Yesterday 3rd and 5th sums we have done, and 8th and 9th sum was homework. Now we are remaining with 6th, 7th and 10th sum. Yes, 6th sum I am reading. The data about index numbers and weights for groups of items for the living of industrial worker in Ahmedabad city in the years 2014 and 15 are as follows. Find the cost of living index number of industrial workers. If the wages of workers are increased by 5% in the year 2015, then is this rise sufficient to compensate the rise in the price for 2015? Friends, the question is somewhat difficult and somewhat different from all other questions. Now, why it is difficult and why it is different, you will look the data and you will understand why it is different. Now, what the things are given, if you are getting confused in little way, then this sum will be totally wrong. Group column is given, weight W is given, so you may think by IW. Yes, you are correctly right, this sum is by IW. But now think of both the columns. It is not given the price of 14 and price of 15. It is directly given index number. Now index number means I. Now index number is only given one time in the sum. Here they are giving the index number 2 times. So friends, you know what is the difference between the normal sums and this sum? In every sum, we are being given the index number only once, which means that the base year's index is fixed at 100 itself, and the index of current year we are finding. What is our answer? That is the index of current year. But here that is not way. Here we will solve it in different way, because the index of base year is not 100. It may be before some years it will be 100, but now it is not 100. So we need to find the index number 2 times. Means friends, index number is given 2 times. Then what you will say? For first index you will say as I1, and for second index you will say it as I2. Why I1 and I2? Because again I am repeating, there are 2 index number, not I0 and I1. You can say I0 and I1, that is also not a problem. But friends, what is the difference here? Everyone may understand this thing, that in every sum we have been given the prices 2 times. So what we are assuming, the index of previous year is 100. But here in this types of sums, there are 2 index number, which means that the index of base year is not 100. Okay, so we need to solve it 2 times. For first index we will solve by IW, for second index also we will solve by IW. Then what we will do, then in the question they are writing, if the wages of workers are increasing 5%, then is the wage increase is sufficient to them? So what कि जो workers होते हैं उनकी सैलरी एग्जाम्पल अभी 1000 और वो 5% इंक्रीज हो रही है नेक्स्ट ईयर के लिए, तो जो फूड आइटम्स के प्राइस हैं और जो इंडेक्स नंबर है उसके हिसाब से उसकी सैलरी सफिशिएंटली इंक्रीज हो रही है कि उससे कम हो रही है कि उससे ज़्यादा हो रही है. नाउ यू नो द आंसर दैट सैलरी डज नॉट इंक्रीज मोर देन प्राइस. Always the salary is lower and the price of items are heavy. In day to day also these things pertains. that our income is not increasing that way, but the price of different items such as petrols and other commodities are increasing so much, so that what becomes rich becomes richer and the poor becomes poorer, and the middle class is between the rich and the poor. They are not having any options instead of spending on this expense. So this thing is about that thing. So in this sum, first we will give the heading so that you can understand this sum is different from other sums. Okay. Now this is exercise 1. It is section F, and in that I am taking sum number 6. Now as I said, we will give a short heading to this sum. Index number having two different indices. Index numbers having two different indices. We cannot write indexes. The plural of index is indices. Here there are two index number given. So index number having two different indices. Okay, just a simple heading. In exam, if you don't give, then it is okay. Yes. Now the columns. Group, then weight W, then you will clearly write index number 2014, that is first. So I1. What you will write, friends? I1. Space will be sufficient. I am writing in this way. Again, one more time. Index number 2014 first, which means I. Okay. Then index number 2015 second, two different indices. So second, so I2. Now in every sum we have IW, but instead what we will have here, I1W, I2W. This same sum is also given in the illustration also. You can see that also. Okay? Yes. Food, fuel, electricity, housing, clothing, miscellaneous. I will draw the lines. Now the totals. Totals of which columns are required? As we know in simple sums, IW and W, but here IW is twice, so columns also 2 times and totals also will be 2 times. Sigma I1W, sigma I2W. Now I am writing the data. 31, 14, 22, 10, 20, 270, 168, 205, 174, 303, 281, 178, 210, 177, 337. Okay. Now 31, 14, 22, 10 and 23, maybe 100. Yes, it is 100. Now I1W means I1 into W. Okay. So 31 into 270 is 8370. 8370. 14 into 168 is 2352. Then 22 into 205, 4510. Then 10 into 174 is 1740. Then 23 into 303 is 6969. Then total 8370, 23, 5245, 1017, 406969. 23941. Okay. Now I2W means I2 into W. 31 into 281, 8711. 14 into 178, 24. 4620. Then 10 into 177 is 1770. Then 23 into 337, 7751. Okay. 8711, 2492, 4620, 1770, 7751 is 25,344. Okay. Friends, you are ready with the index number. Now see, we have 2 times IW, so index number for also 2 times. This will be for 14 and this will be for 15. Okay. So cost of living index number for 2014 is equals to sigma I1W divided by sigma W. We have to calculate 2 times, so I am writing in this way. 23,941 divided by 100, which will be 239.41. Then cost of living index number for 2015 is equals to sigma I2W divided by sigma W. 2344 divided by 100, 53.44. Now in normal sums, what we have index number only once, and if they are giving interpretation, then directly what we are telling increase in price. But here the difference is that here they are asking that wages are increasing 5%. Is the rise sufficient? Now see, here there are 2 index number. So first what you should do, you should have a difference of these 2. Then you should know how much percentage it is increasing comparing to base year. Comparing to base year 2014. So 2 more things to be calculated. Increasing index from 14 to 15. is equals to difference of both these 253.44 minus 239.41. What I have written, increase in index from 14 to 15, that is difference of both these 253.44 minus 239.41 is 14.03 and give percentage. But this is only increasing index. Now percentage increase, this is I am writing just the percentage. Now comparing to base year, this is only the difference percentage. Now comparing to base year, what is the increase? Percentage increase in index with respect to base year 2014. What I am writing? Percentage increasing index with respect to base year 2014 means 2014's value will be in base. This increase will be in numerator and multiply 100. That is 14.03 divided by 239.41 multiply 100. 14.03 divided by 239.41 multiply 100, which is 5.86. Yes, 5.86%. So now you can compare. The prices of items are rising 5.86%, whereas the income rises by 5%, which is written in the question. So the rise is not sufficient. Why? Because prices of commodities are increasing by nearly 6% and our income is increasing by only 5%. So lastly we should write. Okay, now there is no space. First you see this sum, how I have done. There are two index, we have solved in this way. If anyone needs, then they can see the sum, then calculate both index, then take the difference of that index, which will be increasing index, subtract both, then percentage increase in index. How? By increasing index divided by its base value, multiply 100, and lastly give your conclusion about the answer, which I will give here. Okay. Rising prices of items or index number we can say is equals to 5.86%. The rise in wages, that is income, %. So what is the difference? 0.86% insufficient income. Why insufficient income? Because your prices of items, your expenses are more and your income is less. So insufficient income 0.86%. And last, hence the increase in wages is not sufficient to workers. First you will find this index, then you will find the difference. Why difference? Because index, there are two index. Index of base year is not 100, index of base year is 39.41. Then you will take the difference, then you will take this difference divided by base value, multiply 100, so you will get the price rise or index rise of pricing index number, that is 5.86. You will compare it with your income, then your income is insufficient by 0.86%, hence the increase in wages is not sufficient to workers. Look at the sum once more. So this was the 6th sum. Now going for the 7th sum. Section F, sum 7. Next sum. On page number 56, the following data are given about the index numbers and weights of items living of industrial workers in a city of 2014. Find the cost of living index number of industrial workers. If the average monthly salary paid to the workers is 6,000, then what should be the monthly salary in 2014 to maintain standard of living? See, in 1.4 they were asking about income. The same thing is here. How to find the estimated income? Index number is to income. Index of base year will not be given, will be always 100. Income is here 6,000. In 1.3 it was 25,000. Then index of current year we will find and estimate its income. Very easy. But the words are written as such, you will get confused. Okay. So we are solving this sum. Otherwise this sum is very easy. Then the columns, group. Now what they are writing, price index 2014 with base year 2012, that is price index is index number itself. Price index, that is index number I. Then absolutely weight W and item. Food, fuel, electricity, housing, clothing, miscellaneous. Okay, I will draw the columns. Sigma W we need, sigma IW we need. Okay, 255 multiply 42, 10,710. Okay, 174 multiply 8, 1392. 234 multiply 12, 2808. 153 multiply 18, 275. 4 multiply 20, 5480. Okay, 10,710, 1392, 2808, 2754, 5480, 23,144. This may be 100 itself. Okay, 42, 8, 12, 18, 20, 100. Okay. Cost index number is equals to sigma IW divided by sigma W. 23,144 divided by 100, 231.44. Now see, index of current year we found. Index of current year we found, base year is 100, income is 6,000, so estimated income is how much? Okay. Estimated income of 2014 with base 2012. For that, what you need? Always index number is income. 2012, 2014. See, income of 2012 is 6,000. Income of 2014 is to be found. Index is 231.44. Now, as you all know, index number of base year is not given, so it will be always 100. Now, 231.44 multiply 6,000 divided by 100. 231.44 into 6,000 multiply 100. 13,886.4 rupees. So 31.44 into 6,000 multiply 100, 13,886.4. Now what is the word given? Monthly salary of workers in current year 2014 to maintain standard of living should be rupees 13,086.4. See what the book is writing, the same thing we will also write. What the book is asking, monthly salary of workers to maintain the standard of living. So what should be written? Monthly salary of workers in current year 2014 to maintain standard of living should be 13,886.4 rupees. Okay, look at the sum. You will get the sum. Simply index number was found by IW method and income was estimated. This is the third time we are estimating it. Always here income is given, here we have to find. Here it is not given and here the index what we found. Simply multiply both and divide this. Now the last sum, that is 10th sum of this exercise. Is little bit very important sum to understand. These questions was asked for 5 marks in the exams. Now we are going for sum number 10. Every single sum has been explained and 90% sums have been solved. Only 15 sums are being given as homework. So quickly that thing should be completed. Okay. Now the last sum of this chapter. Index of food and clothing among different groups of cost of living are 150 and 224 respectively. Okay, they are talking about the index number for what? For food and clothing. For food it is 150, for clothing it is 224.7 in 2015. The price of fuel has, for food and clothing they are giving the column of index directly. Now for the price of fuel has increased by 220%, so its index will not be 220, it will be 320 because it is increasing. Directly they are not writing. See, for fuel, food and clothing they are writing directly. But for fuel they are writing like this. The expense on rent has increased from 4,000 to 6,000. See, again for rent they are not giving directly. What they are telling for rent, it was 4,000 and it became 6,000. So what is the index? So how we will find 6,000 upon 4,000 multiplied? Why 6,000 by 4,000? Why not 4,000 by 6,000? Because rent has increased from 4 to 6. In the current year rent is 6,000. In the previous year rent was 4,000. So P1 by P0 multiply. And for miscellaneous expense is increased by 1.75 times. See, one sum we have solved in section C. Index number increases by 9 upon 5 times. So how we found it index? First 9 upon 5 5 multiply 100, that is increase. Then that was 180. So now index number is not 180 but 280 because 9 by 5 times is increase. So here also 1.75 times it is increasing. So 1.75 multiply 100 is 175 times increasing, and the index is 175 plus 100, 275. Okay. If expenditure for first 4 groups, expenditure, see they have talking, they have what index number. Now it is a but obvious thing. Now what is remaining? W. So giving the thing about W, not in ratio from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They are not giving. They are giving 40, 18, 12, 20. But one more thing, friends. Items are 5: food, clothing, fuel, rent, miscellaneous. But W column is given for 4. Now the W for fifth column for miscellaneous will be the remaining percentage of 100. Why remaining percentage of 100? Because the things are given in percentage. Now 40, 18, 12 and 20 percentage have been covered. Now the percentage that are remaining will be of miscellaneous. So this is the sum in which so much of common sense is to be used, and so much of things which we have done, small sums and big sums, both mixture should be applied in this sum. So this sum is given in the end of the chapter. Understand the thing, why this sum has been given in the end of the chapter? Because everything, every small sums concept and big sums concept is being covered here. Okay? Find the cost of living index number of 2015 and interpret it. Okay, very good sum. Now, first we will draw the columns, and we will leave one line, item, then index number I, weight W, item. Okay. Food, clothing, fuel, rent, miscellaneous. We will draw the lines. This sum is to be done with a proper care, otherwise there will be mistake. Okay, now the totals. Now, again reading the sum. The index number of food and clothing among different group items of a cost of living index are 150 and 224.7. So index number of food and clothing are ready. You just need to write. For food it is 150. For clothing it is 224.7. This much thing is given. Now next, price of fuel has increased by 20%. If it is, add 100 to it, so 100 plus 20, its index will be 3. If it is decreasing, then 100 minus. If it is increasing, then 100 plus. It is advisable to keep 100 at the first place, but if you are keeping at the second place while adding, it is not a problem. Now for rent, again listen very carefully. Rent has increased from 4,000 to 6,000, means rent was 4,000 and it increased Means here the formula P1 upon P0 is to be used. So no formula is to be used, but simply 6000 divided by 4000 multiply 100. 6000 divided by 4000 multiply 100 is 150. And the most important calculation is about miscellaneous. What they are writing? Expenses increased by 1.75. So first, find out the increase. Increase means INCF. 1.75 multiply 100 is equals to 175 increase. Now index 100 plus 175 is equals to 275. This way you have right. These answers are found, so make a box. Here it is not. Again I need to explain. For food, for clothing, directly it was mentioned the index number. For fuel, they are telling it is increasing by 220%, so increasing, so 100 plus 220 is 3. For rent, they are telling they are increased from 4000 to 6000, so 6000 is the current value, 4000 is the base value, multiply 100, its index is 150. Now the important thing is about miscellaneous expenditure. What they are telling, it is increasing by 1.75 times, so times means multiplication. 1.75 multiply 100 is equals to 175 increase. Index is 100 plus 175, like this. 100 plus 175 is 275. Now the expenditure, that is the importance. 40, 18, 12, 20. Now the percentages are always 100, so what is the remaining value here should be done by a question mark. 40, 18, 12, 20, it is 90. 90 minus 100 is 20. How I have done? First I have made the total 100, then I have made the total till 20, so it was 90, so 90 and 100's difference was 10. Okay, 1 into 40, 6000, 4.7 multiply 18, 4044.6, 320. Don't use 100 and 220, use 320 into 12. 3840. Okay, 150 into 20 is 3000. And finally 2750. Okay, 6000, 3840, 3000 and 2750. 19,634.6. 19,634.6. Now cost of living index number is equals to sigma IW divided by sigma W. 19,634.6 divided by 100, so 196.3. 196.346 was there, so 35. Now interpretation. The answer is more than 100. So increase in price 196.35 minus 100, 96.35%. You may look this up. Only the Important thing is that index is by different methods. All the methods to find the index numbers are covered here. Okay, so this is a very important sum. So solve it as per it. Okay, so this chapter is completed now. Now today said I need the books and maximum tomorrow. If the books are not submitted, then we will discontinue. I will wait for 1 or 2 days. So tomorrow we will start with our accounts first chapter. I will wait 1 or 2 days for the books. If it is